Hello and welcome to Excel Automation with the modern experience in Studio. In this demo, we'll learn how to build automation using Excel activities. Consider a scenario where a company has two departments tracking their data separately in Excel spreadsheets. The Acquisitions department tracks information about products and supplies purchased. This spreadsheet includes the document number, emission date, acquisition total, and supplier. The Sales department tracks information about sales transactions and contains the document number, client name, and agent name. To streamline the data from the acquisitions and sales spreadsheets, the company wants to create a master spreadsheet. Through this master spreadsheet, they'll be able to easily view and analyze data from both departments in one place, rather than having to switch between two different spreadsheets. Alright, with this use case outline set, let's see what's in store in the first video. Here, we'll showcase the Excel automation with modern experience in Studio activities in a real-life scenario. We'll use the two input Excel files from different sources containing different sets of data and consolidate them into a master Excel file. In the second video, after consolidating the data, we'll perform additional formatting and UI automation activities until we achieve the desired result. Let's begin. We'll start by creating a new project called Excel Data Consolidation and give it a description. Next, we'll add our two spreadsheets in the input folder. We'll continue by adding an Excel process scope. Update the Show Excel window properties to false and rename it. The Excel process scope activity opens or reuses Excel processes, loads the Excel project settings, and applies them to the associated Excel file. You can configure the launch method of Excel processes and how existing Excel processes are handled in this activity. Next, we'll add a Use Excel File activity and rename it. The Use Excel File activity helps to automate actions on an Excel file without the need to open the Excel application. It provides a set of activities that allows you to interact with Excel files, including reading and writing data, accessing cells and ranges, formatting cells and data, and executing formulas. The activity supports both .xls and .xlsx file formats and can be used to automate tasks involving Excel files. We can add UI automation activities directly in the Use Excel File activity to automate the interface of Excel. Select our first Excel file, which is Acquisitions, and reference it as Acquisitions. Checkmarks can be used if the file we want to automate does not yet exist. It is possible to define an Excel file that has the same structure as the template using the Use Excel File activity. Since the files we want to work with already exist, we'll leave it blank for now. To remove any duplicate lines from our file, we'll add a Remove Duplicates activity. Select the sheet, which will be Acquisitions, and add in the Columns to Compare field the document number. Let's add a second Use Excel File activity and rename it Month Report Paste Acquisitions Sheet. In the Excel file, we'll enter the output/month report file path and reference it as month report. Let's add a copy or paste range activity. The copy or paste range activity copies a range or sheet and pastes it in another location in the current workbook, on the clipboard, or in another workbook. Using this activity, you can copy values, formulas, images, number, and cell formats. You can also transpose or rotate data. We'll select the Acquisitions sheet as the source and the Month Report.Sheet Acquisitions as the destination. As you might have noticed, we can either simply select a sheet by clicking the plus sign of the field, or by directly typing in the sheet that we're interested in reference to. OK, in our projects, we have a lot of similar activities, so it's best practice to name each activity specifically according to its role in the automation. For example, we renamed our Use Excel File activity with a descriptive name: Use Excel File Acquisitions. Our next activity will also be Use Excel File, so it'll be easy to differentiate them. This one will use the Sales Excel file, which we'll select from the workbook path and set it as Input Sales and reference it as Sales. We'll add another Use Excel File activity and add Output Month Report as the source and reference it as Month Report. Rename the Use Excel File activity. Next, we'll add a Copy or Paste Range activity. Select Sales Sheet as the source and add as the destination Month Report.Sheet Sales. Let's minimize the Use Excel File activities for better visibility. And continue by adding a new Use Excel File activity, where we'll add the path of the Output/Month Report file and reference it as Month Report. The data that we want to add in the Output Excel file will contain 2 columns. For this, we'll go ahead and add 2 Insert Column activities. We'll name the first one Total Sales. Add Month Report.Sheet for sales value in range field. And this will be added after the agent name. The header for this column will be Total Sales, so let's update it here. We'll do the same for the second Insert Column activity. Rename it to Profit per Sales. Set the range to the Sales sheet. Select after the Total Sales column. The header this time will be Profit per Sale. Next, we'll add a For Each Excel Row activity and rename it. The For Each Row activity is used when you're working with a range or sheet with multiple rows and you want to repeat one or more activities for each individual row. Alright, as the range, we'll add Month Report.Sheet Sales and checkmark that we have headers. Let's add the VLOOKUP activity. The VLOOKUP activity finds data in a range or sheet using the VLOOKUP function, which will help us to work out the acquisition total value. To achieve the result we need, we'll add current row dot by field, doc number in the value to look up. In the In Range field, we'll add Month Report.Sheet Acquisitions. The Acquisition Total column is the third column in the Acquisition Excel sheet. Hence, the column index will be 3, and we'll save it to VLOOKUP_value. To write our result, we'll require 2 Write Cell activities. We'll use the first activity to write VLOOKUP value plus VLOOKUP value times 0.2. As you can see, the error points out to an incorrect variable type. We'll update its type to System Double. In the Where to Write field, we'll add current row dot by field total sales. Before adding the second write cell activity, let's rename the first one to write cell total sales. Now let's copy and paste the activity, update the name to profit per sale. We'll adjust the value for profit per sale instead of total sales. As well, we'll need to update where to write the data, and that'll be current row by field profit per sales. Let's also use the auto increment row for both the activities. For the Where to Write section, we can either manually add the value as we've done previously, or we can directly pick the value that we're interested in. Perfect. We need to make sure that the output folder is already created before we run our project. This is where our files will be saved. We're all good now. Let's run it. We can see the data being processed in Excel. And here is the result. Great! Let's open the output folder, click on the month report sheet, and you can see the total sales and profit per sale. And this is it for the first part of Excel automation with Modern Experience in Studio. In the next video, we'll get to use additional Modern Experience in Studio activities and add a bit more complexity to our project. Before we end the video, let's quickly recap what we've learned. In this video, we've learned how to use the Use Excel File activity to handle Excel files. Remove any duplicate lines from an Excel file by using the Remove Duplicates activity. Copy and paste a range using the Copy or Paste Range activity. Add or insert a new column using the Insert Column activity. Iterate through each Excel file row using the For Each Excel Row activity. Perform VLOOKUPs in Excel using the VLOOKUP activity. Write a specific value in a cell using the Write Cell activity. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.